you guys hear there's a new James Bond movie coming out, or James Bond game coming out?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, did you hear about this?
Yes, I didn't. Isn't Snoop Dogg? No, not Snoop Dogg. What's his face's name? Kravitz. He's part of the saga, the video game. He came out on the Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How exciting is that? Well,
No.
no, the people behind it says that old school Bond, which Cecil, you're a Bond guy, right?
Oh yeah. Love Bond.
Well, what are some characteristics of Bond that you?
He is immensely smooth. He is a womanizer. He's got tons of cool ass gadgets, and he is a guy like he's a man's man. He is the guy that lots of guys would aspire to be.
Too bad, Cecil. It's all gone. As old school Bond would be, quote, tone deaf today, as 007 First Light moves the character towards more modern values.
Which are
what is funny though, there's a slight precedence in this. I remember way back in the day before GoldenEye came out, where we were at not the height, but the AIDS epidemic was going on, and they were talking about how this is the first time that James Bond uses a condom, and they were talking about that a little bit back then. Yeah, I know, right? It was like, all right. But it is funny how they do continually try to put a little bit of current day into. So this isn't the first time they've shoved current day stuff in, but this I have a feeling is going to be really heavy-handed. That at least was just kind of subtle, and it was like a little, you're going to bang a lot of whores. Wear a condom.
Can I just say a quick side note? I have wanted forever the opportunity. I'll never get it. I'd make so much money. I know how to make the perfect Duke Nukem movie, and I feel like a Duke Nukem movie right now would be the gut punch that would get this culture on the right track. I think it's a movie that so many people want, like just the ideas, like the fun of Duke Nukem and all the things that go with it that we're aware of.
Why does he need to be Duke? Why does he need to be Duke Nukem?
I think he's the absolute perfect. I think it's the perfect cultural icon, because video game movies are on the rise now. So I think it's the perfect get back on track to the fun, the absurdity, and the, again, all the things that go with Duke Nukem that we're aware of, to bring back that kind of 80s action vibe, tongue-in-cheek, almost mixing a little bit of Austin Powers kind of fish out of water, coming back into a modern audience world to run havoc on it and to save the day, I think is a video game movie that would do so well if done right. It has to be done right. Unapologetically, you have to do it right.
There was a movie that came out, I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but genuinely surprised me at how stupid they decided to make it in all those ways. The last XXX movie with Vin Diesel, where he was basically the cool James Bond, and they went so far in the ridiculous way. There were people riding motorcycles on the ocean. He was
is this a Fast and Furious movie?
He was skiing down a mountain, and at one point his assistant comes in to wake him up, and he's boning, I kid you not, 12 women at the same time. I'm like, this is hilarious. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I loved it because it was so stupid, but it was enjoyably over the top. It was taken to as the first movie, they tried to keep it a little bit in the realistic degree, and then the second one, Vin Diesel was dead, and then they brought in Ice Cube, and that one didn't do well. So then they did the third one, and they said, you know what, let's just go completely bonkers with it. And it was like a live action. It was one of the closest adaptations of a live action video game that didn't exist. It was stupid, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, Phoenix, I guess my thought, you said Duke Nukem, but why don't we just do our own spiritual successor? He could be Duke Nukem,
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, no, I'm merely saying that because, again, video game movies are on the rise, that it's the perfect icon to get a lot of, especially guy gamers, or pretty much anyone that's a normal gamer, back on track. And again, I understand how that could go wrong, but I think I've got it very right in my head exactly how I would make that thing, and I think it'd go gangbusters. So
I have
$5 budget. I'm ready to go.
How much you need?
$5. We're good.
I'll fund that 5.
Yes.
Yes, here we go. I have the character name.
Oh yeah.
Chad Giga Chad.
All right, love it.
There you go.
I think that's it. You don't like it,
Brad,
Blabs?
Jigga-
You're not
Jigga
supposed
Chad.
to like it. Just saying. Woman. No. All right. But here we go. Back to the story. It says, when asked at the Game Awards about whether or not the spy played by Dexter Original Sin, Patrick Gibson, will share some of earlier Bond's characteristics, specifically focusing on the character's womanizer tendencies. The director of the game says, yeah, you will see that. However, he wanted to explain that the character of Bond has evolved. So he's evolving through the decades. And obviously, we reflect modern values. So it's not going to be your old school Bond, which would be tone deaf today, right? He's a modern guy right there. So, yes, if you're looking for classic Bond and the new Bond, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. So
I'm confused. So isn't it supposed to be like this story is about a young James Bond, right?
this is before maybe something happened and it scarred him to where he became a womanizer.
No, but here's the thing. My point is that this is supposed to be taking place before everything in the movies, correct? So it's supposed to be early 1950s. So why is it supposed to have 2025 quote unquote modern day values in it if it's supposed to be set in the 50s or 60s, whatever it is? That doesn't make any sense. It pulls you out already.
Blabs, it's the same reason why in the Netflix show, the Stranger Things show.
I was going to actually go back to your tweet. Your famous tweet, Craig, about the historical inaccuracies.
All the Asians and black people in Chicago.
Yeah, the fact that they were just thrown in there. Yeah, but just the idea that just in Stranger Things in the 80s, if some guy was like, "Hey, I'm gay," he'd be like, "What?" Like, instead of like, "Yay," be like, "You like dudes? What?"
Do you know that guy went on Twitter and was bragging about how that scene took 12 hours to film?
Yeah,
that sounds
crazy.
Sounds
and
great.
then it was another 12 hours of reshoots. That's what I'm reading. So that's like 24 hours to film that scene.
Like that shouldn't be something that you should brag about. That's embarrassing, and that's a ridiculous waste of money. The director should have been like, "Hey, can we get this scene going already?" Jesus.
Yep.
Jesus.
I'm glad I didn't watch anything of season 5 for Stranger Things because I've missed nothing.
It's very sad that you went that far.
Well, I used to have Netflix and I used to enjoy Stranger Things.
Even more sad.
Actually, no, I didn't enjoy season 4. I thought it was shit, but like the first 3 seasons were fun. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
That's all you
the cultural bond, can we we're speculating on what modern values is going to be. So essentially he's not going to be a womanizer, and he
hopefully gay too. That'd be awesome.
You know what? That was going to be my thing. I would say
Bond
probably not gay, but probably bisexual. I would not be, and he'll walk in like Veilguard, So I'm non-binary in 1950.
Yep. He's bisexual Bond.
Hey.
Instead of bisexual bomb, that meme, bisexual Bond.
Thank you, Blabs.
Yeah. I helped.
Do you have common sense? Well, if you did, you'd hit the subscribe button right here.